so that's rolling now. All right, so. Down by the river, that's where I'll make my home. Down by the river, I can watch my women grow. Watch my women growing. Watch my women grow. Deep in the valley, Mother Nature's womb. Deep in the valley, wild flowers bloom. Wild flowers blooming. Wild flowers bloom. And in the night, the snow has fallen, Roman, and the trees come, and the wolves are howling. Mountains rise above it all. Let you know that you're alive. 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 All right, a super stripped down and clumsy version of Down by the River. And you may be asking yourself, why is he wearing a surgical glove? A surgical mask I can understand, but a surgical glove? And en plus to play guitar? Well, I will show you. Oh, don't tell me. Oh shit. Okay. Woo, baby. Can you see that? Oh, man. I think, oh yeah, I just ripped something off. Well, anyway, I was a genius today and I was trying to cut old stale bread. And that's what happened. The result, 6 hours in the emergency room and no stitches. So if you look on my gram of instas, you can see that I'm not a giant pussy. I did consider, I was like, ugh, I don't want to get stitches. This seems like it needs stitches. Yeah. So, all that to say is that it makes playing the guitar a bit of a challenge because it turns out that this finger, no offense, is very important. And I didn't realize that it hurt so much until I just picked up this guitar moments ago. Even though this is the soft string nylon classical acoustic. So, anyway, that's what's going on. And I have a concert coming up. The doc said this will take 10 days to heal. I said, so when can I start playing guitar? He says, a little bit longer than that. So that's convenient, but I think I'm going to try to power through. We'll see. Just as long as it doesn't get infected, we'll all be good. So that's how I spent my Friday evening. Not complaining. I got through like a quarter of a, who's that guy name? you know, uh, the Da Vinci Code. Why am I blanking on his name? Dan Brown. I got through a good quarter of a Dan Brown tome. They have thick pages and big type, as a matter of fact, though. So I think what they're manufactured to be sort of objects, you know, like you put them like the book itself is a marketing material. Anyhow, and so what was I doing? So the gay pride stuff. I haven't checked to see if my effort in pandering in that direction has increased views or not. But I am rather doubtful. So I think I just might cut that out. But in my research, I did figure out something interesting. So if you are wondering, if you're asking, if you're questioning your sexuality, there are 4 questions. This guy I came across, whose name I cannot remember, doctor, psychologist, and he specializes in sexual psychology, whatever. And he said there are 4 questions to ask yourself. The first is, were you ever obsessed with same-sex playmate? I mean, not a Playboy playmate, obviously, but or perhaps a friend of yours. Like, were you obsessed? Were you in love with this person? Like, what you would consider being in love with? You were obsessive about them. You were fascinated. Okay, so that's one of the questions. So did that ever happen? The second question is, the second feature is that non-homosexuals tend to not be homophobic, surprisingly enough, or perhaps not. The third criterion, do you like that? First person singular, Greek. Not first person, but singular noun, is the beach test. When you are at the beach, who are you looking at? And 3, who do you want to, or 4, who do you want to come home to? And so, actually, that's pretty simple and straightforward. But anyway, I thought for pride I'd get, oh, look, and here's my medical bracelet. Isn't that fun? Has my name on it. And a barcode. Oh, yeah, the hospital was quite an adventure. Whoa. So what happens there? 4 stages. First, you check yourself in. And, I had my hand, I had a surgical glove. Like, figured I was going to a hospital, so I might as well dress the part. I didn't bring a gown, though. And check yourself in, and then you go and wait, and then a nurse comes out and, like, cleans you up. So she cleaned my wound and dressed it. And then you go back and sit. And then the third step is they call you after about, let's say 160 minutes or so. And then you go down the hallway and you wait. And then the doctor comes in, and that's the moment of truth. And he said, so we have 2 options. You can either, we're just going to look at it and say it's fine and you can go home, or we can schedule surgery for tomorrow morning. So luckily, no surgery. But it was really bleeding. Look at my Instagram account. It's Electric Paul if you aren't already there. And you can see why am I concerned. And I was also getting faint, but I'm really a pussy around blood. I'm not proud of that. I feel shame. And so I was getting lightheaded, and I'm wondering if I'm going to puke. And even when I was biking over there, so I went to this one hospital that was suggested to me. It was a clinic. And they say, no, you got to go home. And so, or no, you got to go to this other place. And so she sent me across town, not across town, but a couple kilometers further to find this other hospital Saint-Antoine, in fact. And I was on the municipal bikes here, and you have to park them. And so it took me, I had to, orbit the hospital to find a bike rack with a place for me to put in my shared bicycle. Anyway, got in there, and so the waiting area is right next into the receiving rooms where they dress your wounds. And man, there was some cries of agony and moans of grief coming out of there. And the nurse was just not having it. I don't know if Nurse Ratchet would be the right model, but she was just, she spoke really quick and really tone, commanding voice. Okay, yeah, sort of in that manner. And what else? Oh, and then halfway through, but this cadre of cops came in with some criminal. You know, it was like what is this? A movie? Is this a TV show? And they bring him in. He's in handcuffs. Good-looking young lad. You know, kind of swarthy, sort of. You know, if you were casting the part for the street punk, it would be him. Sort of a little bit of young Johnny Depp sort of vibe, if you know what I'm saying. That sort of thing. And what else happened? Oh, there was this couple sitting behind me, necking the entire time. That was a bit no, and but otherwise, yeah, I got through my book, so that was good. So now, I think I'm gonna sign off early. Oh boy, like what can I play with without this finger, huh? I guess I'm gonna have to do some Django Reinhardt tunes. How did he do that? He only had two fingers. Ah! See, I keep forgetting and I use that one. It hurts. All right, ciao for now. Have a great weekend. I know I will. Bisous.